Are you in the real estate business and find yourself bogged down with tasks that keep you from focusing on what truly matters, like closing deals and growing your business? Well, we have the perfect solution for you. Meet REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants. These are not just any virtual assistants. They are professionally trained, monitored, and managed to get the job done, allowing you to accelerate your business to new heights. Imagine having a dedicated assistant taking care of the things you either don't want to or don't have the time to do. Sounds like a dream, right? Here's what they can do for you. 1. Call or text prospects. Yes, they will do the prospecting for you, be it cold calling or texting, saving you a ton of time. 2. Gauge prospects for interest. They will contact and vet your entire list, identifying the prospects most likely to convert into customers. 3. Provide detailed lead information for follow-up. Once they've pinpoint likely customers, you get notified in real time, allowing you to follow up immediately and close more deals. That's not all. These virtual assistants are real estate specialists with experience spanning real estate investors, property management companies, brokers, agents, and service providers. They are driven by core values of integrity, preparedness, stellar customer service, and a dedication to growth and learning daily. So why wait? Let the REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants be the backbone of your business, helping you scale and grow with meticulous attention to detail. Remember, with REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants, you're not just hiring help. You're building a culture rooted in mission and goal setting, a culture that stands tall on professionalism and a strong focus on customer service. REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants, your partner in achieving your business needs and goals. To get started with REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants today, visit moneyisfunnyshow.com/VA. That's moneyisfunnyshow.com/VA. It's time to take the leap towards a more prosperous business. REI World Solutions Virtual Assistants.
Are you a real estate investor looking for that perfect financial partner to fuel your property ventures? Or perhaps you're a lender eager to dive into a lucrative investment opportunity? Well, I have some exciting news for you. Introducing the United States Real Estate Investor Lending Program, the dynamic platform that bridges the gap between real estate investors and a network of private and hard money lenders, creating a win-win for everyone involved. Here's what you can look forward to. For investors, 1. Capital fuel. Get essential funding you need to make your property ventures a roaring success. 2. Financial partnership. Forge vital business relationships and step up your financial freedom game. For lenders, 1. Diversified investment portfolio. Lending to real estate investors not only diversifies your investment portfolio, but also potentially increases your overall returns while reducing risk. 2. Attractive returns. Enjoy higher interest rates compared to traditional lending options, giving you the potential for significant returns on your investment. 3. Access to qualified borrowers. Save time and effort in finding and vetting real estate investors. The platform connects you with a network of dedicated and experienced investors, increasing the likelihood of successful ventures. So, whether you're looking to request a deal funding or offer funding solutions as a lending partner, the United States Real Estate Investor Lending Program is your gateway to the world of opportunity and rewards delivered right to your email inbox. Ready to embark on a more prosperous real estate investing journey? Get started now. Visit moneyisfunnyshow.com/lending. That is moneyisfunnyshow.com/lending. Take your first step to a bigger bottom line with United States Real Estate Investor Lending. That is United States Real Estate Investor Lending.
Universe. Media. Network. 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 Network.
Welcome to Money is Funny, where we have a relaxed but important conversation about money in life, and we can make the best decision with both. I am Michael Anthony, your faithful host, and my co-host is
Armond Croom.
And today's topic is buying a new car. Yes, buying a new car, which we will show you that money is funny. Armond, take it away.
Well, let's first off start saying that I don't like cars at all.
Who's our guest? Our guest is Karen Ford.
Well, our guest today is Karen Ford. Okay. So, she is a financial coach, public speaker, entrepreneur. She has a #1 selling book on Amazon called Money Matters.
Get it, Karen.
She has get a girl. She has helped people get out of debt from $500 to $800,000, okay? And helping them pay down their debt. She can help you with almost anything. So I cannot wait to talk to her about what I hate the most, which is cars. I hate cars. I hate people buying cars.
Do you hate the count? Well, I'm so excited about this because this is a topic that constantly comes up in everyone's conversation every few months, even years, and even what you said, every 5 years for certain people that be like, all right, the warranty's over, I'm gonna be buying a new car. You know what I'm saying? So we have a great guest. This is the Karen you want to listen to. So I don't care what you have to say. This is the Karen you should be listening to. So I'm so excited. I'm actually going to be visiting this situation myself because my car has been paid off of. I'm having some problems, and I'm getting to the point like, should I stay or should I go? It's one of those things, should I leave or should I stay? And I was laughing earlier, Armond, when we was talking about the conversation. I was laughing because me and you, we're from the same generation and time where people were talking about hoopties, my 6'4", riding in certain, riding in my Chevrolet, you know what I'm saying? Cars was rappers was doing a lot of advertising for cars they didn't even getting paid for yet. You know what I'm saying? And the rappers we grew up were broke. So they were advertising my hoopty. I mean, every once in a while we'll hear somebody talk about their new Lexus, but we wouldn't growing up with rappers that they're now talking about, I woke up in a new Bugatti. No one's about Bugattis. No one's, me and my Maybach, no one. These clearly now we're like, he's BSing. We shouldn't be listening to Rick Ross.
No, we know he don't have that car. No,
I know we was easily influenced. Like, oh man, I just need to get an old piece of shit and soup it up. I learned how to fix a car. I learned that gas ain't cheap. And this is back in the early 90s where you put $5 in your gas, you're going all around, you're going in the moon and back, Elon Musk. You know what I'm saying? And you have a little bit of money, go back to work. Oh man, that's what I'm excited to talk about this conversation.
So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. And I don't want to steal Karen's thunder on this one, but yes, absolutely. I will say this: cars have no rate, no bounds, no race, no nothing. We all a lot of fall influence of buying a car to impress others.
Yeah.
And no matter who you are, and it's something that we also have to fight a lot. But again, I would love to hear Karen's opinion on it. So without further ado, we're gonna bring Karen on right now. Hey, Karen.
Well, first of all, I have to agree with you. This is a Karen you want to listen to when it comes to buying a car. I do not subscribe to that Karen nonsense.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, gosh. And I hate having to buy a car, but the most important thing that I hate about it is going to a car lot and the salesperson wants to tie you up for hours on end. So if I can share, as far as I'm concerned as a master financial coach, do not buy a brand new car because the first year it's going to diminish like 40% in value. Why in the world would you want to do that? Wow. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it's already starting to diminish in value. Let somebody else take that diminish in value. And when you go to a car lot, you buy a car that's maybe a year or 2 or even 3 years old. Most of the time, they're not going to have a lot of miles on them. It's going to be, and you can tell them, I'm looking for low mileage, just a couple of years old. It'll still have a warranty on it. It might be a year warranty. It might not be a 5-year warranty, but hey, who wants a 5, 6, or 7-year note on a car, right? So the other thing that I do is when I go to a car lot, I find the salesperson and I just tell them straight up, this is the car that I want to buy. This is my trade-in. And this is how much I'm willing to pay for it. And if you can make that happen today, I will drive out of here with your check in hand. However, if you cannot make it happen, tell me now, because I'm not going to spend 3 hours here on your lot while you go back and forth to your boss your boss. You're probably back there sucking down a cup of coffee or something. Oh, let me talk to my boss and see if they'll let me give you the deal. I
love when people say they're going to go in the back. I always feel like when they go in the back, look for a shoe size, like, oh, I'm going to go in the back. They just go in the closet, turn around a couple times and say, oh, we didn't find it. And
they're not asking their boss anything.
And the fact that you said, you know, when you say buy a car that's only 2 or 3 years older, don't buy a brand new car. Like when my friends be like, yeah, I got a new Tesla. It's the 2019. I was like, it's not new. I'm like, it's new to you. So whatever I don't care. I don't need the brand. It just came right off the assembly line right now. We don't need to get fresh there. And you also said have your trade in, have your money in mind, have all that and stand on it.
Oh yeah, don't budge. Yeah, because if you budge, then they've got you. Now they know they have the negotiating power. But if you don't budge, then you have the negotiating power, and this is all I'm going to pay you. If you can make it happen, you're going to make a sale today. If you're not going to make it happen, tell me now, and I'll go to the next car lot. Because somebody's going to give me the deal that I want. I'm not here on your terms. I'm here on my terms. And that's where people make the mistake. They think the salesperson is God. They think the salesperson is the one that's going to be in control. If you give them the control, then absolutely they're going to make sure that they get every dollar out of you that they want. Whereas if you don't budge, you are in the driver's seat, literally.
Armond, do you have any questions in particular?
So first of all, I mean, you guys are flowing. Huh?
Because you both really necessarily don't care to buy a new car.
No,
Okay.
No,
Absolutely not.
You know, I was letting Karen talk because I mean, she was whispering sweet nothings in my ear. Like, yeah, she's just, I mean, saying everything I like. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here in love. No, thank you, Karen.
Hey, I heard a person tell a story one time. They said their dream car was a Mercedes Benz, and I forget if it was a DS. I don't remember all of the little letters after it, but they said they checked it out and was going to be $70,000, and they wanted that car so badly. And then they thought, you know what? I'm not going to buy that car. I'm going to put that in a Roth IRA, or I'm going to invest it in something else. And about 5 years later, this same person whose dream car was that Mercedes-Benz was at a stoplight, and guess what pulled up right beside him? That Mercedes-Benz that he wanted. And he just rolled his window down and he said, hey, if you don't mind my asking, what year is that car? And it was exactly the year, 5 years old, the one that he wanted. And he said, if you don't mind my asking, what's the value of that car right now? And the guy said, well, I just bought it last month. I only paid $16,000 for it. Now listen,
holy
buy a $70,000 car, and 5 years later, do you see the value of it? Nah. Put your money, you know, in a money market. Put your money in some stocks, as long as you pick the right stocks. Put your money someplace where it's going to increase in value. Vehicles do not increase in value unless you're buying antique vehicles. Okay. And most of the time, people don't have that kind of money, because if you have an antique vehicle, you're not going to drive it around. You're going to have to store it in some kind of pristine, clean garage. Never drive it around. Who's going to look at it?
You ain't taking the kids to school in it? What are you talking about? We eat some fruit juice all in it?
Let somebody rear end you in that car. Nah. You know, back in the day, I wanted a really nice car, and I thought, you know, I'm just not going to do it, because why do I need to drive a Rolls Royce or a Lambo to be at a stoplight to impress somebody right next to me? I'm not impressing them. I don't even know who they are. They're never, ever going to see me again. Why play that, you know, keep up with the Joneses? What's the point?
And that's funny, because I had bought a car that I really, really excited about. It was Monte Carlo 2003 SS. It was everything I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
And I bought some nice shiny rims on it. And then I have a few friends that are like Armond, and me and Armond are very opposite, but very much the same. I am the dreamer, and he is the dream killer, as we would say. And me as the dreamer, I was like, I have to have this beautiful car, It runs and looks, but I have to put rims on it, and putting rims for someone else to see, because no one else, I can't see the rims unless I go by a glass building and I'm like, yep, that's me in my car with rims on it. I'm buying something for someone else. And these are things that you need to, when buying a car, like, are you buying this for yourself or are you buying someone else? Now, for someone that wants the $70,000 car, they have to be in a certain, what both of you guys, both financial advisors, if you want a $70,000 car, your income should be
in excess of $600,000 a year.
I wouldn't go that far. I will say it has to be excess of $70,000 though. I have people who make $50,000 trying to buy a $70,000 car, and that just makes no sense whatsoever.
Hey, I got to tell you something. You're going to crack up at this. I coached a guy one time, and I ask a series of questions, and one of the questions is, tell me what your debts are. Well, he lived in a mobile home, and there's no shame in that. Everybody lives wherever they want. He lived in a mobile home, and I said, okay, what was your monthly payment? And I think it was $350 a month at the time. And I said, okay. So we went down through the list. I said, okay, what kind of vehicle do you drive? And he had a brand new F-150 truck. And his truck payment was over $700 a month. And I thought, no, there is something wrong, something drastically wrong here. Your truck payment is twice as much as your home payment. There's something wrong here.
Live in the truck. Live in the truck by all means.
I mean, we have a truck. I like the truck, but I'm not going to pay a $700 a month payment on a truck,
And getting to where we are now, let's fast forward to where we are now with the climate of where gas is, and there's shortage of baby formula. I mean, the world is in a disarray, it's in a different place. So would you recommend someone looking to buy an electric car?
First of all, you have to check your pocketbook, okay? Because you got to be able to afford it. I think a new Tesla is in excess of 50 grand, 60 grand, something like that. So, most people don't have that kind of money lying around. Some people will purchase a hybrid.
Okay.
I don't know if this is actually going to go very far, because how long does that charge last? I mean, you're talking about if you drive a gas funded car, you can drive, fill it up, go, and you're on your way. You can drive 9, 10, 11, 12 hours. Well, if you have an all electric car, you've got to sit and you've got to charge it after it gets low. And I think it takes almost 2 hours or an hour and a half to charge it up. And then, I mean, to me, that's a lot of sitting and waiting for the car to charge so that you can get to your destination. I don't really know how far this is going to go, but if you are thinking about it, I would probably opt for a hybrid vehicle rather than an all-electric vehicle, because again, I'm not sure how far this is going to go. And if they push it far enough, I think it's going to take a few years before that happens. And all of us know when something first hits the market, it's at its peak price. Yep. But then as time goes by, you're going to see those drop down in prices. I mean, think about the VCR that came out 25, 30 years ago.
The one the size of a briefcase?
Yeah.
Karen, educate us on VCRs. Educate us on how much the VCR costs.
Some of those were $700, $800. If it was a beta, it was even a little bit more. I mean, you can get a VCR at your local Goodwill for like $5. But now nobody buys them now. But look at the DVD players; they came out really expensive. But then as time went by, you can pick up a DVD player at Walmart for $25. So as time goes by,
solar panels. Same with solar panels; they're going down in value.
You're going to see prices start dropping down. Some people just feel like they have to have the new thing, the new gadget right away, and they're going to pay for it. Yeah,
and that's how I'm raising my hand, because I'm one of those like, ooh, it's a new shiny toy. I need it. And then I'll have my wife or someone like her mom be like, wait 2 weeks. And I'll be like, all right. And they'll be like, they treat me like I'm a kid. I'm like, all right, if you really want it in 2 weeks, we can get you one. And then I don't even want it, or it's worth, or nothing. The new cooler thing has came out.
Yeah. Hey, here's an easy question to ask yourself, and this works whether you're looking online in a department store, putting stuff in your cart or shopping bag or whatever. And it applies to buying a vehicle. Is it a want or a need? Now, if you have a vehicle that maybe it's on its last leg, and so you kind of need to get a vehicle because this is the only vehicle you have, and you can't afford to miss work, you can't afford, if you wait till your car completely blows up, okay, then you're kind of at the mercy of the salesperson. So before your car is absolutely dead in the water, you probably need to start considering and looking and taking time to shop. Because if you become in panic mode and you have to get a car right now because you have no vehicle, you're at the mercy of the salesperson. So look at it like that. Is it a want or a need? And if you are not in the need for a car, keep yourself off those car lots because those salespeople are just like vultures.
Or vampires, because I think that was a vampire.
Was that a vampire?
Don't put you in that car and you'll fall in love with that new car smell. Listen, get some of that spray called new car smell and spray it in your vehicle, okay?
Spray in your new car, spray in your old car and be like, it smells new today. So
I got to add to that a little bit in a sense that, number one of the things I always try to get my clients to do is practice. If you want to buy a $700 a month payment on a car, practice making that payment yourself for at least 6 months to a year. $700 into a savings account and don't touch it.
Woo, yeah.
Touch it,
listen to the choir. There you go.
Then you can't afford it. If you ever have to touch it, then you can't afford it. And so I have talked a lot of clients out of buying a car just by doing that exercise right there. Oh, $900 a month. Great. Put that in the savings account. Don't touch it. And then we go from there. And so that is like the biggest thing that I don't get into debate of how much car, this, that, and the other. It's all for me about cash flow, whether or not you're on track for your goals, whether or not you can actually go from there, keep managing your family.
That's right.
With that payment. And so that is what I try to talk to my clients about when it comes to purchasing the car. And then Karen is absolutely right, whether or not it's a need or a want. The other thing that I want to add to you is, it's coming up in conversations a lot. Well, gas prices are going up, so I need to buy another car because gas prices are going up. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that's
that is not a need.
That's right.
You have no car payment.
That's right.
So you're telling me that your gas prices is as much as what you're going to buy in a car?
Right.
And so, so you have to now you still have to put gas in the new car. That's unless you're going to buy an electric car. And then are you buying like a car that's like, are you switching $700 a month for a $700 a month payment? Like, are you paying that much in gas? And you have to do the math to make sure. Don't run out and buy an electric car just because gas prices go up and then end up spending way more, right? Right. So you actually have to look at it. But I find, and Karen, tell me if I'm wrong, and then one of the reasons why I hate cars is because it gives people the excuse to do something stupid.
Yep.
Under the flag of need, or the flag of, well, we need a car, Armand. So I had to get the Volvo with the white leather seats that had full package.
Yeah.
No, I had to get the candy rims. You can't just drive anything. I can't put my wife in anything, Karen.
Karen. So let's say this, Karen. So we followed this first few steps that you gave us. So we have found a car that we like. Yeah. Mileage is low. We found some old folks getting rid of their car. So it's low on mileage, and it's the car we want. It's a couple years old. We like the price. Should we go to straight buying it, or what do you feel about leasing cars?
Ooh, I do not like leasing cars. That's fleece. That's a fleece.
Karen, hit it, girl. Hit it.
No, actually, you pay much more for it in the long run. You don't really ever own it. Yeah, they're going to do things for you. But honestly, that's much more expensive to lease a car than it is just to, buy a car, own a car yourself. I never advise leasing a car ever. And when you purchase a car, the best way to purchase it is cash. No payment. And I like what you said, Armand. You know, if you don't have a car payment right now, pretend like you do. If your car payment right now, let's say you just paid it off and your car payment was, say, $400 a month. All right. You pretend like you still have that car payment and you put that in a savings account earmarked new car, or, you know, newer car, I should say, newer car, and put $400 a month in it, because eventually the car that you're driving, you're going to need to get rid of it. So you're going to be ahead of the game if you pretend like you still have that car payment. So in 2 or 3 years, you can take that car, trade it in, and pay cash. And now you're really going to be in the driver's seat with the price you want to pay, because the salespeople love it when you pay cash.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're going to pay cash for a car, figure out whatever the car payment would have been and just make that to investments or whatever the case may be. Build that up. And then if you just like to buy a car cash, then you take that money out of the investment, buy the next one cash with the trade in and everything along those lines. And then you keep making that car payment to yourself instead of to them. So that is exactly right.
Should we talk car insurance?
Yes, we should.
I mean, it kind of all goes together, in my opinion. You know, Karen, you correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, it's one of those things again about affordability, and you practicing what, you know, the newer the car, the more expensive the car, the more insurance is going to cost you.
And you better make sure you have insurance, because if you do not have insurance, you're really going to be in hot water. Oh.
now I'm gonna ask you this: what do you usually advise? I know I have my philosophy, but on deductible on the car insurance, what do you usually advise them to have the deductible at?
Well, the higher the deductible, the less amount of insurance payment you're going to have to pay. However, you better make sure that you have that amount of money in the bank as well as more, because if you are in an accident and you got to pay that deductible, you better make sure you got the money, and it's not going to put a tight squeeze on you to pay that out. So it all depends on affordability. How much money do you have in your savings? Can you afford, if you were in an accident tomorrow and you had to pay that deductible, can you afford it and not feel the hurt? So it all depends. I mean, I've got some people that have $100 deductible, which is horrible. Some have a $500 deductible, and some have $1,000 deductible. So it all depends on your personal financial situation. Of course, the higher the deductible, the less amount of insurance you're going to have to pay, but you gotta weigh, you put that on the scale and make sure you're not going to hurt if you have to pay that deductible.
So basically, Karen, what you're saying is if you are someone listening to this podcast and you did everything Karen just told you to do during this podcast, meaning buy a car cash, make a payment to yourself, this, that, and the other, then you can have the high deductible. If you have over $1,000 in savings earmarked for that trouble. If you are someone who takes bits and pieces and is not really listening to this podcast, then you need to have $100 deductible.
Right. If you're not paying attention, and why would you listen to a podcast and not do it?
Look, you know, there's people out there that listen to a whole bunch. Like, that's good. That's good advice. Yeah. I'm gonna buy that BMW though.
Why even
go? That's what people do.
To a podcast and then not doing the advice. Come on.
Because man, I hope that they do. I hope that they listen. I hope they listen to you, Karen, because you are giving like some wonderful advice. Like I said, you are whispering sweet nothings in my ear. Oh my goodness!
Blowing up Michael in the process, right?
Yeah.
Doggone it.
So you are saying nothing but good stuff. Any more questions, Mike? What do you have?
Well, I was just thinking, like, in terms of the trade-in. So when you got your car, you want to trade in, how do you go about finding what it is that your car that you're currently driving is worth?
Well, you can look up Kelley Blue Book, but there's also another, and I forget the name of it, I apologize, but there's Kelley Blue Book. You can also Google, value of my car. you plug in the year, the make, the model, how many miles, is it in excellent condition, good, fair, poor, whatever. Make sure you put that in accurate information, and definitely clean up your car. Throw away those Jimmy John bags that are in your back seat, clean it up, vacuum it, make it look pristine before you take it into trade-in. Because if it's all junked up, they're not going to want to deal with giving you very much money. But go in there knowing, with the knowledge, what is the value of this car in the condition that it's in right now and the amount of miles on it. Now, they're probably not going to give you the highest, but you should get pretty close to it. And if they're trying to lowball you on your trade-in, get the best possible price on the car that you're purchasing, and then you sell your car for the amount that you want. And that way, that's going to be cash in your pocket. That's going to be cash you can put in that savings account marked newer car.
Got it. Okay. And you can always, if you feel strongly about your trade-in, you can always walk too, right?
That's exactly right.
These boots are made for walking.
Yep. That's what they do.
They'll walk all over you.
On my podcast, we quote music, all, and movies. Name that too.
Look, I'm from Arkansas, baby. That song was popping when I was a kid. Come on now.
Karen, what was probably your worst experience with buying the car? Or your worst
experience? Not knowing what I know now and going in there and spending half the day in that car dealership. Yeah. And when you spend time in there, you're wore out.
Yeah.
So now I go in and I wear them out because I just go in there and say, this is the car I want, that one right there. This is the amount of money I'm willing to pay. And if you can make it happen, I'll leave here in an hour.
Awesome.
If you can't, I'll go to the next car lot, and you just lost yourself a sale. Awesome. So I wear them out. They don't wear me out because I'm not going to spend half the day in there.
Just rope or dope them now. You used to get the punch, and now you just rope or dope. You just rope or dope them out.
That's Karen, exactly right.
You tired, big boy? You tired, Karen, big boy?
You tired now. You tired now. Well, here's my one punch. This is what I'm paying. And that was it. One punch.
Nowadays, car dealerships are kind of hurting because there's not a lot of people spending because of the gas prices up, people not knowing about the supply chain. So people are kind of holding on to the money that they have, or things are so tight for people, they're not spending or not wanting to spend. So car dealerships, if you've got the money to go buy a car, you can have the upper hand if you go in there with the knowledge that we're providing you.
Yes, trust. Karen, do you have any books or anything else you want to plug before we let you?
Sure. Oh, you know it. I've got 4 books on Amazon. The number 1 is Money Matters. I've got 31 Days to a Greater Understanding of Money, Money Nuggets, and then I'm also an avid real estate investor, and that book is called You Can Do It. And it's Real Estate 101, whether you want to buy, sell, flip, rentals, whatever. It's all in there.
Awesome. And Karen, how can people reach you if they need to get in touch with you?
Absolutely. You can go to my website, KarenFord.org.
KarenFord.org. Guys, thank you so much. I'm Mike Anthony and my co-host Armond Croom. Guys, we have this conversation every week. We talk about finances, buying cars, buying houses, buying anything that you have any questions about. Please tune in. Money is funny. And we'll be back here next week. And you can reach Armond at...
You can reach me at The Financial Effect or croomfinancial.com. And don't forget that the next episode is going to be about buying car part 2, which is buying a car for your kid and reasonings and why you would do that behind it too. So don't forget to tune in for that too.
And you can find me at The Real Mike Jones, and we'll be telling you next week why you shouldn't buy that new Bugatti. Thanks so much. Money is Funny is every week. You can find us on all platforms, streaming platforms. Y'all have a good week and stay blessed. Thanks so much.
Music by Stream Beats.